Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and welcome to my show, High Vibe TV, where we like to address the negative, but of course, always embrace the positive. Thanks so much for being with me today on this awesome March the 7th of 2018. Hope everybody's doing wonderful out there, and thank you for always being here. Now, on this show, we always like to start with my daily thought, and this one is very personal to me. The reason why is because every day I have to show up here and spread my light, and however that looks. And the number one thing that is always out to take you down in life are haters. Haters are the number one thing in the world that will stop you from spreading your positivity. Criticisms are good, but haters is a different story. People who don't believe in you, people who don't believe in your path, that's okay. I believe that they're brought to us in life to keep us going. I believe that I look at haters with love. I send them love because it's important for us to realize that the people who are not happy with the path that we're doing, that don't understand in the path in which we decided for ourselves where we want to go, are here to fuel our fire, to keep us going. If we always had everybody telling us that everything was so great and so perfect, there wouldn't be any resistance to keep you going. There wouldn't be those people that told you, no, you're not able to do it, that'll make you go, you know what? I am able to do this. It's not that you need to prove anything to anybody. I think that the only thing that we ever have to prove to anyone is God. I think that, or the universe, whichever one you believe in. I think that's the only thing we need to prove in life. But it's about learning how to not let these very harsh trolls, haters, criticisms that cut beyond just normal criticism and tell you that you shouldn't do something, tell you why you're not great, tell you why you can't do things. Because you know what? At the end of the day, what do they know? The only person that knows in this life where you can go, who you can be, where you can achieve is you and God. Those are the only two people. So actually there's two. And actually I believe, who knows with the whole God thing? There could be multiple goods. There's so many possibilities in life. But all that matters is you is to that higher connection. And that's all that really matters in life. You're the one who knows exactly the light for which it should be because you are your own unique energy source. And the second that an outside energy source tries to tell you, no, you know what, you don't have that power, what they're doing is they're trying to bring you down. And I believe that the dark forces out there channel through other people, channel through people through hate, channel through people through negativity, channel through people from bringing you down. I believe that the dark forces in this life find ways to use other people, to use people to bring you down in this life. And I think it's super important for you, no matter what you're doing in your life. It could be the most basic thing of you starting a new art project, or maybe there's a relationship that you want to go into, and maybe some people don't understand it at first. It's usually when you start something, usually when you're at the very beginnings, is the hate that I'm talking about. And you know, it does extend longer and longer, because usually it starts with the closest people around you. Usually it's the friend, usually it's the family member, usually it's somebody really close to you that says, no, I don't think you should do that, that's not the best. And what, you know, unless they're your parent, which actually the hardest people in the world is to hear from your parents, because when your parents tell you, hey, you can't do something, guess what happens from there? You know, you really doubt yourself. So I think it's important because it's not easy in this life, especially if it's a teacher, if it's a parent, if it's your closest friend, if it's your grandparent, if it's a cousin, anybody that's really close to you, right when you're initially ready to start something in your life, you're gonna get flack. You're gonna get people who are gonna give you their opinions, they're gonna tell you why you shouldn't, why you should, and it's important for you to surround yourself around the people that do support you. It's important for you to go around the people that support you with love, that trust you, that don't judge you. Because I think that it's so important for you to realize that a lot of criticism and a lot of the hate that comes to you whenever you're gonna go accomplish something or invest your energy into something new or manifest something great in your life is coming from a place of judgment. And there is no judge and jury in life when it comes to doing positive things in life. The only judge and jury there is when you get caught doing negative and dark things in this life. So I want you to remember this. There is no judge and jury for your light. There is no judge and jury for positivity. You know who's the judge and jury of that? It's more like the cheerleader and the leader, which is God and the higher realms of the angels and the universe. Because when you're in positivity and you know in your heart it's right and you're shining your light the way you want to and you're doing the life that you want to do, instead of always paying attention to the judge and the jury, why don't you start paying attention to the universe? Why don't you start paying attention to God and the angels and the cheerleaders that are there for you? But we get caught up in a world where we're like putting ourselves on the pedestal of sitting there in front of a judge and being judged for things and letting that judge pound us even when it doesn't take us to jail, it doesn't take us to anywhere, but it might not literally. But spiritually, we end up in jail. Spiritually, we end up in a prison because we put ourselves there. We decide not to do our life. We decide not to show up to do the things that we want to do in our life. We decide not to enter that relationship. We decide not to enter into that new job. We decide not to start that new project. And that is jail in itself. On that note, why don't we go into my story of the day? So today's story, I actually have two stories, and they're all very connected to my personal life and with dealing with people who deny what I should do. And it's a hard one to start with, and it might affect some people that I know in my life, but you might not believe it, but when I started doing this, whatever you want to call job, being on camera and being a personality, at the very beginnings of it, everybody that was very close to me in my family life and my circle truly denied me and did not believe in me. And it was actually very hard. And having to explain, like, I've got this is my passion, this is what I want to do. And I remember keep getting the hearing, the nonstop in my head, get a job, get a real job. You need to get a job. You can't live life this way. Because, you know, whenever we start something that we love in our life, I'm telling you, this is a physical reality. It's not going to just manifest like in a flash of a second and just be, yay, you know, the genie just showed up, 3 wishes, boom, right in your face. It's going to take work. It's going to, you know, I believe that especially when it comes to anything dealing with light work or positive energy or positive work, that you have to pass a long series of tests before God will let you be that person. I am a big believer in that. So the first place that I had to get over was what my family thought. And including, I even have relatives that are extremely religious who don't believe in that astrology, think astrology is the devil and stuff. So, you know, to me it was like, not only do I have relatives that I'm at with that are very close to me that help raise me telling me, no, I can't do that. No, I shouldn't do that. There's a little bit of a weirdness in the room when I walk in. Oh yeah, I'm talking about astrology. People start looking at me weird. You have to be able to get through that initial weird place. Good thing I've always been a rebel. Good thing I've never really listened well to what people think and continued on my path. Then the next place was very difficult because right when you get to that path, then you don't have your support system. Then you have to start finding friends and support people that are going to be there to support you as you start your quest in whatever that might be in your life. And it was a relationship that I had very close to me, a girlfriend at the time, when I was going to start to be a DJ and start to do my creative path, that I told her, I want to do television, I want to be on camera, I want to do these things. And she told me this. I had just basically told my family this is what I want to do. Now I come to my girlfriend, she goes, I think you should play it safe. I think you should stay with your 9-to-5 job. I think you should just stay there and we should, you know, get married or whatever. I don't even think she said marry, but she said we should stay together long term, have our jobs, have our pensions, play it safe, and, you know, play the role the way we got to go. And it was so hard because I had to deal with so much guilt to break up with her because I knew, I'm like, that's not where I want to go in my life. I'm sorry. It's just not where I want to go. I don't want to be here. And you know, I'm going to be very frank and open and very honest with you all on this show. I'm going to always say things that might sound like crazy to some people or they might think it's bad, but I did not want to live in a 1-bedroom apartment for the rest of my life. That's not what I wanted. That's the last thing I wanted in my life, was being mediocre. Now, some people, that's their thing. But I don't want that in my life. So I literally said no, and I broke up with her. So after breaking up with the love at the time of my life, having my family doubt me, and there was a little bit of a weird separation there and kind of a weird look, then it's about finding friends. Then I start going to the circles in which I do, and I start talking about my spirituality, start talking about what I want to do, and everybody goes, oh yeah, that's the freaking kook. That's the weirdo dude. Everybody starts going like, what's this shit you do? I only found a couple people that actually were with me, but those couple people believed in me. They believed in me every day. And believe it or not, one of them sitting right here running the cameras right now. That was almost 10 years ago. And it's those people that are close to you in your life that believe in you, that will stay with you forever, and you believe in them, and it's a partnership, it's a teamwork. I'll be there for the people who believe in me just as much as they believe in me. That's how life works. But the people, when they don't believe in you, and they don't tell you that you can do it, you can't be around them. Sure, you can be positive and still be there and still call them and see them on Christmas and do the things you do. But until people come around and believe in your light and you're doing good work and you're coming from your heart and you're being expressive in the way that you want to, you cannot be around them and continue hearing the negative energy. You have to cut it off your own self. It's extremely difficult. Now, this last personal story actually happened to me at 6 this morning when I woke up to get ready for the day. I got an email saying, comment about your high vibe show. I believe that you are not a spiritual teacher. You are not Dr. Phil. We see right through you. Just stick to astrology. Anybody who yells at a telemarketer is not a spiritual teacher, and you need to learn before you can teach. That was just the small gist of it. So I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, this is a really beautiful, nice message to wake up to this morning. And I want you to know that I didn't come here to be a spiritual teacher, because I believe that most spiritual teachers are the most fake motherfuckers on the planet. I came here to just be a person who lives in their heart and wants to spread positivity, and trust me, I am the last person from perfect. But I believe that what a true spiritual teacher is one that doesn't have to claim spiritual teacher and that I know everything in the universe, but one that is authentic, somebody that comes from the heart. And you know what? Today, I use that to give me more fire, to keep going with all these new projects, these new ideas, and to push high vibe even stronger. So I thank that person, because that person just fueled it even more. That person gave me more life. It's all about turning lead into gold. It's all about turning negative into positive, and that person did it for me. So I thank that person. Thank you for sending me that email this morning and getting me all riled up for a beautiful show today. Thank you for sending me what a horrible negative email that I turned into the most positive and great story to not only help myself, but to help others find courage in themselves, to help others find positivity in themselves. People get triggered. The more you be in your light, they're gonna get triggered. The more that you're in your positivity, they're gonna get triggered. Let them be triggered. Let them spew their crap on you. Let them look like the girl in Exorcist with green pea soup all over the place. Blah! And you know what? That's beautiful Powerade to me. Now, this is my section where I'm here to pump you up. If I ever had already pumped you up, I don't know. Maybe I'm coming from a weird other planet. But the way that I want to pump you up today is to know that you are the one that only knows the way. You're the one who sees the vision. You're the one. Nobody else sees the vision. Now, some people will get good glimpses of it and go, you know what? I believe in you. I see that. It's almost like we all have our intuition, right? And intuition is very magical. It's very imaginative. And when you see your vision and others see it too, imagine it, dreams come true. But it's when people show up and they're using their mind. They're not using their heart. They're not using their intuition. They're using what they think. What they think. When people use their mind and they don't use their imagination and they don't see the dream that you have and they don't see where it's going, guess what happens? They are going to hate on you. They are going to take you down because the mind does not know everything. The mind can only figure out what's brought to it. That's it. The mind is only seeing the reality in the five senses and programming it. It can't think forward. Your imagination is what thinks forward. Believe in your imagination, believe in your vision, believe in the direction that you want to go. And when others don't see it, give them love. Know that they don't use their intuition at the moment. Know that they're not dreaming with you. Know that in your heart that they're just not in their heart at the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. They will see it. Sometimes people don't have the same imaginative place. Maybe they're not in a good place in their life. You don't even know. And no, we're not perfect. But at the end of the day, what matters the most is truly our vision and the others that see that vision. So I ask you, when you pump yourself up today, no matter how crazy the vision is, believe in it and find those that believe in it too. I don't know if you know, but every day I do a video horoscope, literally every day. Really positive. Check it out at futurelife.tv. We also got 11 other practitioners on there from life, lifestyle, health and wellness, tarot cards, love and relationships. You're not going to want to miss it. We got a lot of awesome people on there every day. futurelife.tv, or check out Future Life on the App Store. Anyway, we'll be right back after this commercial message. Hi, Grandma. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. No, I'm eating really healthy right now in my life. Lots and lots of vegetables. Yeah, and potatoes too. You know, they're vegetables, aren't they? Yeah. No, I'm eating healthy. I feel really good. Yeah, I'm in shape too. Oh, my relationship, Grandma? Oh, it's going great. We're really connected right now. No, I mean, the love's there. She's lots of attention. We really have really interesting conversations too. No, yeah, don't worry about me, Grandma. It's going good. Oh, my dreams. You know, you don't have to worry about my dreams. They're always coming true. Yeah, financially, everything's going good. I've got everything I want, the job I want. Yeah, everything's going good there. Future Life? What's that, Grandma? I know, I'll follow your advice. What is it? It's a new app? I'll check it out. Future Life.
Future Life. Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.
Welcome back to High Vibe TV. I'm your host, David Palmer, the Leo King. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Now, this is my challenge of the day section, and today's challenge is to let guilt go away. But you know what? Guilt is part of this whole cycle of not being able to go into your beautiful vision. Because what happens is when somebody tells you, I don't believe in you, I don't think that that's good for you, I don't think that's the right direction, we feel guilty if we go against them. Like, oh man, you know, this is my mom, this is my family, this is my best friend, this is my lover telling me not to do it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. That would be bad. I can't go on this direction all by myself. My challenge is for you to let go of that guilt. If you put guilt up front before imagination, vision, love, belief, excitement, inspiration, and happiness, you're going to just be in prison again. Guilt is associated with prison, it's associated with judgment, it's association with being told what to do. And believe it or not, whatever emotion, verb, noun we attach to in life, so if we're attached to the feeling and even the whole action of guilt, all we'll get are the things that are attached to what guilt is. The only time I ever hear guilt is, You're guilty. Dick, gavel, send them away. Guess what? Spiritually, even though you might be not going through that, you're not in an actual courtroom, you're in a spiritual courtroom that you're deciding that you're guilty. You're letting people around you that naysay you be that judge. I dare you today when somebody tells you to do something and you don't feel that it's right, to not feel guilty about it. And maybe this has been going on for years, because usually on all the clients that I deal with, this goes on for years. 20, 30 years of guilt. That's no way to live your life. And the number one thing is to not feel guilty in how you live your life for the world itself. You know, we could even feel guilty with God. Like, oh man, I don't know if I should do this. Maybe this is going against what God wants or anything. And it's good to have a little bit of that weird fear with God. But I think we need to always attach more to that love with God. Know that we are not perfect. That sometimes we are going to go down roads that we need to learn certain lessons for. And if it feels right, if your intuition's telling you, don't feel guilty about it. Know that God's got your back. And if you're coming from a good place, you've got a good heart, you're doing good things, you're in good favor, you're in good spirits, you cannot lose. Because you are innocent. It doesn't matter where you go in life, which holes you go in, which clouds you decide to fly through. As long as you are from good heart and good spirit and love and happiness and you're laughing and you're being a good person and you're doing good things, you will always be innocent. You will always be in favor of God. You will always be in the best place ever. I think it's crazy for people to actually think that, oh my God, if I do something, I'm guilty, or I feel guilty because I'm doing this. It's like, if you're coming from the best place in your heart, you will not lose. You cannot be guilty ever, ever, ever. I know that's a hard challenge because we all deal with it every day. Don't deny it. We all feel guilty about all these things or what we say to people or whatever, or da. But if you're coming from an innocent, good place, that's what it is. And you know what? Maybe that person thinks, what we talked about earlier today. Like, oh my gosh, maybe you're trying to tell somebody, this is what I feel. The best thing that I could tell people is offer positive advice. If you're going to offer, that's another challenge today. Instead of criticizing of what they shouldn't do, why don't you just offer positive advice? Like, wouldn't it be great if you tried this? That's it. Only add positive advice. Don't add any, no, I don't think you should do this or anything like that. Let them figure it out. It's their life. It's their path. They're the ones who can take it. You can get people and push them up to the water, but they have to choose to swim in it. They have to choose to drink from it. They have to choose what they do. You can't push them in. You can't force them to drink something. The worst thing in the world is when somebody comes up to me and they try and tell me, drink this, try this. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of spiritual people love kombucha. I hate that shit. I think it's the nastiest shit on the fucking planet. But when people are pushing it in my face, I'm like, get that shit away from me. That's not what I want in my life. If I tell you no, don't ask me again. That's me, though. I like Sprite. That's my deal. And again, most people tell me, oh my gosh. I've used this story actually 3 years ago in a live presentation. And this is actually my closing thoughts. And you'll hear this one in different aspects of my life a lot, and especially on this show. There was a chick I dated, and I remember she was very, cared about what's in everything, right? So of course, when it came to Sprite, you're drinking corn syrup. The worst thing in the world, you're gonna die. I was like, okay. Then she went through my bathroom and went through all my shampoos. This isn't paraben free or whatever, I don't know. All these things and crazy things. You're not spiritual anymore. You're dousing yourself in all this negative energy. You're having fluoride in your toothpaste. Oh my gosh. Do you think any of the things, me drinking Sprite, me using I use Nioxin now as my shampoo if you want to know. And I use Sensodyne's enamel toothpaste. That's what I use. Because I drink soda, so I want to save my enamel. Anyway, long story short, do you think those things stop me from showing up here today and being positive in the light? Do you really think so? We are living in a crazy spiritual belief system now that believes if you eat a banana and some granola, then you're spiritual. I don't care if you freaking eat the shit off the ground that the dog just laid. As long as you are doing your spirituality and positivity and spreading goodness, that's all that matters. All the people out there who do it with no fluoride in their toothpaste, or do things perfect, or eat only organic, or only go vegan, or only do this, do you think that matters when it comes at the end of the day to spreading positivity and being a light worker? All that matters is what you do at the end of the day with it. I know too many people that tried so hard to be perfect in a spiritual bubble, yet don't do anything with it. Nothing. It doesn't matter what you ingest, what you are. What matters is if you're on the beautiful, positive, loving, and showing the world your light every day. That's all that matters. Nothing else. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Thanks so much for all your support. I truly appreciate you for being here on High Vibe TV. Please follow High Vibe TV on Facebook. We're trying to build that one up, but I'm also right now in the works of building this as a whole new platform with apps and everything. And to be honest with you, getting off of social media to be pushing this, because I've got a feeling that social media in the next year is going to censor so much of this stuff. So thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing this message, and we'll see you tomorrow.